this is for Lauren, actually, because I asked Megan about this yesterday, but feel free to chime in with nice stuff about Veronica. But she did say, everybody yesterday talked about her as someone, she will literally run until her legs fall off. She'll push past the last exhaustion point that everybody else has already collapsed. She admitted she's had to be held out of drills because performance team has told her, like, you need to chill out a little bit, you're doing too much. I'm just wondering, what kind of that mentality, like what it brings to the locker room knowing you have that person in there helping set the standard.
Yeah, she's absolutely wild. We love it. We always say that she does everyone's running on the field, and she does it happily. Like you said, we have to take her out of training sometimes because she's ran everywhere. Sometimes we're like, where is she going? But we love it. We love that mentality. That's why we brought her on. And it's been really lovely to see her progression as well over the years. I think being able to be coached by Laura has really changed her career as well. And I think adding, the soccer side of things for her has really changed what she can bring to this team. And it's been so fun to see that.
We'll go Jada.
Jade Evans with the Seattle Times. Both of y'all, just want to go ahead and make it official. What was the last training like, and the preparation, and also how is it sitting here and having the trophy in your face, and a day from that?
Oh yeah. Part of it's just routine for us right now. I think we're locked in, we're focused, but we still have our goofy environment. Rondo's was pretty wild today. You can speak about it.
I think everything was exactly the same, including the Meg. I get Meg all the time in Rondo's. I think like Lou said, it's, for us to be able to keep as much of the same routine as possible as the training session that we do pretty much every time. But I think everyone's really embraced it, and really, understood and kind of let sink in how special and how cool this is to be here. It's really unique that you get to a championship game ever in your career, so these aren't moments that you want to let slip by. So I think we've done a good job of, the staff kind of keeping everything the same and, keeping our routine, but also, imploring the players, enjoy the moment, take it in, and really, I think just take advantage of this moment and getting ready for a big game tomorrow. Obviously, the sun is shining, and for us Seattleites, we're using a lot of sunscreen, but I think we're enjoying the sunshine and the good atmosphere, and understanding that this is something that for all of us, this will be a memory that we have for a lifetime, no matter what happens. So, Dan.
Question for Megan. Over the years, you've seemed remarkably comfortable in settings like this. So the question is this something that you will miss, or are you happy that you may have one more after this and then no more?
I do love a presser. I really do. I do love interacting with the media. I've always looked at my interactions with the media as sort of part of the larger thing that we're doing. I mean, there's so many of you here that were here when there was, 2,000 people in the stands. There's so many that have been, allies in the fight, and that doesn't always mean you agree with everything that we say, but, covering us, not just this team or this league, but I think our sport in general. I've always looked at the media as something I can weaponize for myself as well at times, and maybe leverage is a better way to say that, and just have fun and interact. I mean, I think ultimately we want more people to have eyes on our sport, more sponsorships, more media, more coverage, more people to talk about it. I feel like in that sense it's the more the better, and I will miss these interactions for sure. I find them hilarious and think it's funny, and it's an opportunity to grow the game in sort of a different way and show my personality, and I am very appreciative of everyone here, and obviously everyone who's not here, for covering our sport so much, and for echoing the messages and the vision that we have of the league. And obviously, this would be my last game stepping away. I couldn't feel like the league is in a better place and couldn't be prouder of where it is.
With both of you being from California, just what is it like to be able to come full circle and be in your home state to potentially lift this championship trophy here?
Yeah, I mean, 11 years ago, I don't even think there was talks about ever having West Coast teams, and it is such a place for soccer to grow here. I think for me, growing up in SoCal as well, it was a breeding ground growing up. I think this is where you wanted to be. You know, a lot of the clubs were elite back then as well, and I think you know, bringing it down to San Diego, the hospitality here has been amazing. The energy at the stadiums from when we were playing in league to, you know, these semis and coming into finals has been powerful, to be honest. I think seeing these sold out crowds is something that, you know, facts don't lie. So I think, you know, being home, being able to be around our family as well, we always laugh. I just tell my parents to go buy tickets outside of everything because it's so stressful when you have, you know, at least 30 plus I had at the semi game, and, you know, that's like organized, and you have last minute tickets coming in. So feeling that love, feeling that support is something that we've wanted for so long, and our families have been invested since day dot. So I think, you know, seeing a collective really coming through and investing in women's sports, and especially, you know, what we're facing right now has been really, really incredible. So yeah, I think this full circle is really surreal and really special.
Yeah, same. I mean, these trips are always the best. It was like, I felt like for the longest time, Seattle and Portland were the best trips because at least our teams were in the city and you could do stuff. But I think we've been usurped by LA and San Diego for sure. Obviously, the Bay Area coming in next year. But I think for everyone in the league, these are some of the, you know, the most favorite trips. Get a little sun, a little sunshine, some good Mexican food, and, you know, palm trees. They're probably on everybody's Instagram stories right now.
We'll go to our MasterCard Junior reporter.
How are you feeling about going to the finals, and what strategies do you have to do to get into the right mindset before tomorrow's match?
I think we're just really excited. You know, it's been a long season for everyone, and I think for, you know, for Gotham as well, there's certain parts of the season you have to grind through, and certain parts that aren't that fun, and training and all of that. You sacrifice everything to get to this moment. So I think we're just, again, really trying to enjoy it and soak the moment in and realize this is what you do everything for. This is the whole point of the season. So really just embracing that moment. In terms of getting ready, I think everybody will be horizontal in their bed for most of the day, just relaxing, chilling. At this point, all the preparation is pretty much done. You know, we have one more meeting. We're prepared. We've been preparing all year for this moment, and I feel like as a team we're ready, and individually I think we feel the same, and it's just about putting that performance out on the field tomorrow.
Do you have another one, Lucia?
Yes. Your team and Gotham both are the most fashionable teams in the league.
That's
do you
right.
have a game fit picked out, or which team do you think will have the best overall fits?
I think we'll have the
Yeah,
best
we're gonna have to go with this.
overall fits. I mean, I packed 2 fits on this trip, obviously, so I'm ready.
Thank you. We'll go to Zoom quick. Jonathan Tannenwald.
Thanks, Kirsten. Hi, everybody. Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer here. Megan, there's been a lot of conversation about how the NWSL has historically had this athletic, running-centric playing style and coaching style. And with Laura Harvey and Juan Carlos Amoros in this matchup, and what they've been able to do with their respective teams, I wonder what you see about their coaching and whether that might be able to point the league in a direction in the future.
I mean, I think first and foremost, it is a running game. So you have to have a pretty high baseline of physicality and ability to carry a load throughout a game. So I don't want to, you know, put shade on any other teams. Like you got to run, and you got to be at the very highest level with that. I think when it's special is when you can couple that with high-level tactics as well. And, you know, I know we get that from Laura Harvey, and we always have. And, you know, I think the Gotham coach has done a great job with them. I think that is the next, sort of phase and evolution of the game. I think you're starting to see that a lot more, and teams wanting to play more like that. But yeah, I mean, I think it's probably no surprise that our team's being able to couple both and being able to be flexible in our tactics and in our strategy, whether that's from game to game or half to half, or even, in the middle of the half, sometimes things just aren't working out the way that you thought they were. And, I think one thing for us that's been huge is just Laura empowering us on the field to communicate with her, tell her what's working, what's not working, even in training, and being collaborative in the game plan. So when we go out there, we, know exactly how, we want to operate and what spaces we want to operate in. And I think it just gives the whole team a little bit better picture, a little more full picture. Okay, if this isn't working, we can look here, and we kind of have a little snapshot of how we feel like the game is going to be going.
We'll go back in the room.
Megan, Alejandro from San Diego Punto Fútbol. Over your years, the game has changed and grown in the women's league, but what do you hope your legacy will be after your final game?
Oh, that's for you guys to write. I don't know. I always tried to play the game the right way. Always tried to, enjoy it. At the end of the day, I feel like we are in the entertainment business, and especially in a growing sport and a growing league, I feel like that's really important. Always tried to make things better, and I think for me, I just walk away, so proud and so happy of not only my contribution to the game, but the era that I've played in, and knowing that the game is in, such a better place. And that's testament to, all the players that have played in this generation and played in this league. And, obviously some of us playing with the national team. A huge media deal just got announced. This league was insane this year. It was, so much fun to watch and be a part of, and all the storylines. So I feel like I get to walk away just, smiling no matter what, and really proud of, my entire career.
We'll take a few more. We'll go Jeff.
Hi, Jeff Kasufi, ESPN. For either of you, these two teams met early in the season. The one in Seattle, obviously, maybe one that you don't want to remember. But, do you look at those games because they were so early in the season, and can you draw from those, for this game, or were they so long ago and these teams have changed enough that you feel this is a much different matchup now?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. Obviously, we have to look back. We talked about the game in Seattle. I kind of even forgot. I mean, it felt like it was years ago. This season is long, right? I think if you're not evolving and adapting within a season, you shouldn't really look the same when we started to when we ended. But I think we still have to look back and evaluate those games to make sure we are crossing our T's and dotting our I's. But yeah, I think the teams look completely different. I think it was maybe until last week we had a healthy roster for the first time. So, just being able to really have access to all our players, we're going to look different as well. So in preparation, we have been really focusing on us, but just making sure that we're prepared for what we've seen them play in the last couple games, and being able to execute.
We'll go Meg.
Speaking of healthy rosters, Rose Lavelle coming back, just wondering what the two of you have seen from Rose, and what you think she might bring to the championship game in particular.
I mean, Rose is just really unique in the world. There's not many players like her. Her dynamic ability to move all over the field, her ability to break pressure and break through lines on the dribble. She just draws so much attention. I think just having her back also allows Jess to play in her more natural position. I think it just, that's, I think, Laura's vision of the team is obviously to have, Rose be a big focal point and the, focus of our tactics and the way that we want to play. And she's just dangerous. You can't really ever plan for Rose. I mean, she's just so difficult. So I think for us, it just gives us obviously a huge amount of confidence to know. I mean, every time she picks up the ball, I'm just like, beat them, run at them. Like, she's just so difficult to stop her. And then, again, she draws a lot of attention, so takes attention out of other places and opens up space. And I think also just the competitive winning mentality that Rose has. She cares about, soccer and Wilma and like iced coffee and not much else. She's so, and pulling pranks on people. She's so focused and, would do anything, to help the team win. She has a huge engine and a huge motor. I mean, not being able to play, much since the World Cup and being able to put the shift in she did the other night, you just always know she's going to give everything and, be a huge motor for us out there. And you just know that she has that winning mentality and she has championship experience at the absolute highest level. So for us, it's just a big confidence boost knowing that we have, a little unicorn on our team. It's pretty amazing.
We'll go back to Zoom for a couple. Nancy Armour.
Thanks for the time. Megan, you talked about watching the changes in the league, and when you started, you were playing in front of sometimes a couple hundred people, maybe a few thousand. What has it been like to watch this league grow, and what about the change are you most proud of?
I'm certainly most proud of the organization of the players and the players collectively using their voice in the way that we did a few years ago, which I think spurred, just a reckoning, but also gave us a real guiding light moving forward of what the business of this league really needs to look like, what needs to be the focus, and how we're going to sell this league and make it as successful as everybody wants it to. I mean, I think that first of all just showed an unbelievable amount of bravery and collaboration and just heart from the players. And I think Mana and Sinead specifically being able to share those stories and galvanize the rest of the league to also speak up and speak our truth. I think that really in so many ways it had to happen because that was a wrong that needed to be made right. But I think it also gave a sort of guiding light moving forward that we really needed, and we were really kind of searching for at that time. So I think to me that's the biggest catalyst. And then I think just in general, the world obviously around women's sports at large is changing, not even every year, it just feels like every quarter. There's so much more investment. The media deal that the NWSL just announced is huge. WNBA was amazing this year. Like there's so many things that are just growing exponentially. And again, I mean, I just feel so proud to be an NWSL player and to, have played my entire career here with one club. And I just feel like, the next 10 years are going to be incredible.
Wild. Jeffrey Lagasim.
As the Reign OGs, you bring a certain veteran presence to the club. What message do you have for your younger teammates like Claudia and Phoebe that are getting this first experience when you're getting one last crack at it?
I think kind of what we've always really embraced from the start is be your authentic self, be proud of that. And I think that's really important. I think that's why our club's been so successful over the years. A lot of that comes from Laura and the foundation that we created in 2013. And she envisioned that a long time ago. So I think hopefully that they took that from us, and we talk about that all the time. Just even being able to watch this one through our whole career. I hope they can take pieces of that and obviously, build from those and, adapt and evolve in the way that they think they need to moving forward. But we have these young kids on our team right now, and it's a bright future, so I'm really excited to see how they carry through.
I think for the game, it's like just telling them, like, you're ready. Your preparation is done. You're ready for this moment. Like, just go out and enjoy it. These don't come very often. Obviously, we want a certain result out of it, but this is something that you'll remember for the rest of your life. So just go and enjoy it and play your game and give everything you have.
We'll go back in the room in the back.
Jake Garcia with King 5 in Seattle. As two players who have been here since the beginning, what do you think has made it so hard to get over the hump in NWSL Championship games? And can you take anything from those previous experiences and apply it to tomorrow?
This league is hard and wild.
Yeah,
I
man,
think.
shit's hard.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's just hard, and we've had that target on our back for a long time. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, we already broke it with the quarters and semis, so it's a little bit less pressure off that. But yeah, I think we talked about it, staying in our routine, staying focused, and executing. Like, we deserve to be here. We're a great team. I mean, every year I say this is going to be the year, and I think we talked about having a healthy roster, you know, and being able to find that balance between, you know, being here, being focused, and making sure we execute. And I think our team's done that very well this week.
Yeah, I think in the past we've lacked a little bit of grittiness and a little bit of that. I don't know. I said at the World Cup, if you don't have gays on your team, you can't win. But you got to also have crazy on your team. And I feel like Sonnet brings some crazy, Veronica brings some crazy, Phoebe brings some crazy, and I think that that grit and that intensity and that sort of like grind through mentality. I think we were lacking that in previous years and in previous teams, and I think we have a lot more of that this year. So we added a little bit of crazy to the roster, and I think it's served us well.
We'll take two more on Zoom. John Lupo.
Megan, I'm sure you've heard this question before, but balancing playing what is now your last game, playing against your best friend, who's also her last game, trying to focus on the game, all the emotion that deals with that, trying to win your first championship. How do you balance that come game time tomorrow?
To be honest, I feel like I did that balancing act, you know, in the game in Seattle and the game in Chicago. Those really felt like the kind of celebratory moments, and I spoke openly. It was difficult. It was a lot to handle emotionally, and I gave everything I had, but it certainly wasn't 100% of what I had. So I feel like that was kind of then. I think with Allie, we've been through so much together. We've played in, the biggest games together, played in, World Championship games together, while the president was tweeting at us. So I feel like this moment we're just happy to be in together. I think we wish each other so well. We're so happy and proud of each other. This will be something that we talk about with, her kids and, families for forever to come. But I think we also are both really competitive and really want this one, and obviously want to, end our career on a high. So I feel like that's the focus and the motivation for both of us.
All right, we'll take last one from Patty Labella.
Thank you. Thanks for taking my question. This is for Lauren. This is such a historic match we've been talking about on so many levels, but of course being, like John said, the last match for Pino and Krieger. What's it like for you to be part of this championship match as the final game from both of those iconic players, and also for you as being a founding member? What is it like? And if you can expand also on how playing alongside Pino for so many years impacted you as a player as well.
Yeah, I think we talk about so much of Pino's career being soccer, but I think for the OGs that have played with her for 11 years, one, just being part of that ride has been so beautiful for us. But I think it's, the memories, the friendship, and the family that we've created as well, that's been most important for me, and something that I will take away and cherish for the rest of my life. And I think Jess as well, and Laura as well. Yeah, honestly.
And me.
And you. And we talked about, I think for me as well, like just taking a front seat to all of this. It was very emotional for her retirement game and Chicago game, and I've been feeling like I've been a little bit more level and balanced emotionally until sitting here again and talking about this stuff again. I'm like, for fuck's sake, I made it all the way, and now I'm like, okay, let's cry again. So yeah, this is what it's about, I think, and especially for Allie on Gotham and Pino to do it together, I think it's really, really special. It's lovely. I think Rose hit it. It's very poetic as well. This is the ending of something incredible for both of them, and I think the legacy that they've left will be here forever, and I think it's important for us to remember them as their beautiful selves and their story that they've written and will continue to write. And for me to even be a part of that in any step of the way has been truly like for my career, like that's, you can't even put into words what that is and how special that is. And to be able to do it for 11 years with someone, it's something that's never going to happen in another lifetime, I think. So I've been savoring it. I felt like I was doing pretty well until now. We've been cruising right now, and I've just been like, this is never going to end. Like, it just feels like we're like in mid-November. We're like, is this really ever going to end? Probably not. So, just to savor this and really watch her in all her glory, truly. And I think I've been lucky. Truly, truly lucky.
Well, I don't think we can end on a better note than that. Thank you both, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, y'all.